Hello, Gemini. How you doing? It is your season. Happy birthday. You are in the house, gang, gang. I've missed you. It's been many moons since we've talked anything astrologically or about anything for that matter. So let's get into it. Um let's talk about this Gemini season. Let's talk about what's going on in the world. Maybe not in the world because no one wants to talk about that. Let's talk about what's going on in the heavens, all right? Because we're all interested in that, okay? As above, so below. Um, there's all types of planetary alignments that are affecting us right now, Gemini, such as um, we have 3 planets in retrograde. We have, what are they? Let me just go ahead and look at my notes. We have Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter are in retrograde, and Mercury is going to be going into retrograde on Saturday. And what that really means is like, what does retrograde mean? I'm going to explain it to you, Gemini, because you guys like information, okay? You guys like to communicate. You guys like to speak before you think. You guys don't fucking listen though. No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop. I love you, Geminis, and happy birthday again. I have a lot of Gemini friends, and I don't have a lot of friends, but I know a lot of Geminis, and a few of them are my friends, and I love the ones that I know. But I'm going to explain this retrograde thing, okay? So when the when the when the planets are in retrograde, they appear to be moving backwards, but that's just an optical illusion. That does not happen. Planets aren't, they're not doing that, all right? But what it's a time for, it's a time for us to just kind of reflect, okay? Just like kind of sit there and reevaluate ourselves, our surroundings, our circumstances. It's a time to go inward, okay? So that's what's going on. Of course, Mercury going retrograde tomorrow on the 29th, as we all know, that retrograde affects communication. And Geminis, you guys are the kings and queens of communication, right? So it's going to affect communication. It's going to affect devices such as cell phones, tablets, TVs and such. It's going to affect Gemini is all about travel as well. So it might affect some vehicles. There might be some engine lights going on around this time of Mercury retrograde. What else is going on in the heavens, Gemini? We have let's see. We have Saturn going into Aquarius, which causes one to want to break out of the confines of the confinement of their own selves and get revolutionary and change things and like, what can I do to make my mark in this world? We also have Chiron, which is an asteroid going into the sign of Aries. And so Chiron is the wounded healer. You might want to, read about that. You might want to look at where Chiron is in your natal chart. That'll tell you about what things you need to pay attention to, because you might feel a little, anyway, just Chiron is the wounded healer. And right now it is in the sign of Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, which is the me sign. So what that does is it causes us to want to reinvent ourselves, out with the old, death to the old me, right? Like, who can I be? Like, so right now we might feel like we have a purpose, because with what I said with, oh gosh, yeah, like so much is going on in my mind right now. But with the current planetary alignments of Chiron being in Aries and Saturn being in Aquarius, there's this like, I need to do something. Like there's like an urgency for us to just shed our old selves. And this is, perfect time, because of the full moon in Sagittarius that just passed in this lunar eclipse. It's just like amplifying all of these emotions, right? And then lastly, before we slang some cards and get some guidance on what Geminis can do to best support themselves, we have Jupiter and Neptune going into or are in the sign of Pisces. And Jupiter is like the largest planet, right? It's about expansion. It's about, growth. It's about luck, all that stuff. And that with Neptune, which is illusions and I could say so much about Neptune, but just we'll say about compassion and, all that good stuff. Going into the sign of Pisces, it's like yummy. It's like a kiss on the forehead. It's like having a wish come true, feeling like there's freedom. Like I could actually achieve my dreams. Okay? That's Jupiter in Pisces. And Neptune being in Pisces, that's where its home is. Neptune is belongs in Pisces. So anyway, with these types of energies going on, and knowing it's a time to reflect, because the retrogrades, it's time to kind of shed of the old because of the full moon. We got to get rid of some stuff, but we also feel like we need to redefine ourselves. Like in some cultures, when you have this very transformative experience, you just like rename yourself. Well, this is like that kind of time. Like, who am I? I'm going to make my mark on the world. I want to be a new person. All right. So with all this information for Gemini, oh, and also in 2 weeks, Gemini, we're going to be discussing the Gemini new moon. Oh, and just so you know, before we get started slaying the cards, this video is for my Gemini sun signs, Gemini moon signs, Gemini rising signs, and Gemini Venus. Okay. Oh my gosh, all this time I've been looking here when I should have been looking there. So sorry about that, Gemini. Okay, so let's get started. Let me just take a deep grounding breath and ask for Spirit to assist me in sharing a message for Geminis that would be in their highest good and best interest. All right, let's get started. Ooh, already? Goodness, Gemini, we have a message already for you. All right. I just, as you guys, you might not know, but those that know that what I do is I like to just get the jumpers, because that is undeniably a message from Spirit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to get started. Okay, with everything I said, Gemini, we're going to start with the, gotta look here. We're going to start with the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands, Gemini, is, you see this man, he's got the whole world in his hands. He has his world in his hands. In the original Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's like you could see that this is a globe and he is forging out. So the wands, these are the wands. This is a fire sign card. So this is about passion, right? This is about enterprise. This is about career. This is about creativity. Okay. So when you see this card, the Two of Wands is about pissing or getting off the pot, right? It's like you've had this desire to do something. You had this passion to do something, and now he's on his way to do it. He's not really hesitating. He's actually on his way, but he's at the very beginning of the journey, right? Because this is a 2. The journey goes all the way till 10. So he's at the very beginning of the journey, and he is forging new territory like we discussed, right? And so he's believing in himself. He has the whole world in his hands, and he's on his way. So this is the universe, Spirit speaking to you, Gemini, about it's time to create that new path for yourself. All right. With that, we have the next card we have is the Emperor. The Emperor is, the sign of Aries, but the Emperor it talks about he is fair but firm. Like the Emperor, he is the Emperor, right? So he is very organized. He is very tactful in his approach. He has boundaries. He has, this is all about organization, right? So this is talking about as you forge your way and redefine yourself, Gemini, and who you are, and just living the best life you can, like really set boundaries. Okay. Geminis, we can work on boundaries, right? What I know about Gemini, we could work on that. Okay. We could work on boundaries. We can work on organization, because sometimes, and we can feel it in the air, right? We can feel it, Gemini, that right now The energy has changed. It's no longer that slow, fixed Taurus energy. It's now that quick, mutable, adaptable energy, right? But we need to, as we forge, we also need to have our things to do list. We need to be regimented. We need to be, we need to have our, checks and balances. We have to think with our mind. We have to really think with our minds, which you guys tend to do because you guys are in your minds. You guys are the communicators, right? Okay. And as you are forging, because you see here we have the man on the journey, and then we have the Emperor. We also have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, Gemini, is the most eloquent communicator, right? So she's the one that she trims the fat. She cuts off what is no longer necessary. Again, creating boundaries for for her life, what is in her highest good and best interest. She's also she's a truth seeker. This is you, Gemini. This is you. Although it says Queen of Swords, this is just the energy. So this is Gemini right here. So this is you. And so this is you articulating what you are going to create. Okay. This is about speaking your life into existence. This is about manifestation. If you've been rocking with me and rolling with me, then I always talk about the law of attraction and how our words are our wands. Okay. What we're doing when we speak, we are creating a spell on ourselves, right? Spelling, right? We're creating a spell. So be mindful of your words be mindful of your words, Gemini, because what you say is going to be your reality. Okay. So if you complain, you get more of that which you're complaining about, which you're praising, what you're talking out loud, you create more. Okay. So as you are creating this life for yourself, as you're forging out there and you are redefining who you are, creating boundaries, organization, right? Speak your truth into existence. Okay. Also lead again. I'm not seeing a lot of emotions in this reading for you guys right now, because now is the time to really manifest, right? So it's really time it starts here. It's all mental. Everything is mental, right? And then speak your truth. Cut out who does not belong on this path. We can't bring everybody with us, right? The harvest is ripe, but the laborers are few, Gemini. Ow. Okay. So cut out who needs not to be in your life. All right. And then lastly, walk away from what no longer serves you. Okay, right here we have the Eight of Cups. We have this cloaked gentleman here, or this cloaked figure. He or she, or they, pronouns, okay? So they have spent a lot of time, creating, emotional fulfillment. Okay. That's what the cups mean, is emotional fulfillment. But something's going on in their spirit, Gemini, that's even though I spent a lot of time, with this, carefully constructing the cups, which is emotional fulfillment, I have to walk away. I have to walk away because it no longer serves me. I'm off to bigger and better. Now, we don't know, Gemini, what is on the other side of the mountain, but we know that this individual is about to be on the other side of the mountain at whatever cost, right? So, but this just goes along with the story, because, oh gosh, this is a really nice reading. So you're forging ahead with who you are going to be, what you're going to do. It could be, securing another bag, you know what I'm saying, Gemini? As you're doing that, you are creating structure for yourself and boundaries and rules. The thing about it is you got to plan these things. You can't just go out there. You have to have a plan on what you're going to do with your life. You're going to effectively communicate what your plan is. You're going to cut out what no longer serves you. And then you are going to, where'd it go? And then you are going to walk away from all that does not serve you. Okay, Gemini? And let's see. Let's pull another couple cards for you, Gemini, just to get some extra guidance. Okay, oopsies. Wait a minute. Actually, let's get Let's pull out an oracle card for you, Gemini, okay? Okay. Spirit for my Geminis. This oracle card, just, you know, a word of wisdom. That's too many cards at once. You know, just a card for my Geminis. Just one card. Let's see if this deck has a message for you. We're going to try again. If nothing pops out, Gemini, then I think we're good. I think we got a good message, all right? Just one card for Gemini Spirit. Oopsies. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Abundance. Oh, Gemini, were we just talking about securing the bag? Did you hear me? You got this. You got this. You absolutely got this. So, gosh, this is a good reading, Gemini. And you know what? Come back in a couple weeks, because the full moon, the sun and the moon are going to both be in your sign. So we're definitely going to have some messages, okay, for you. And again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend. Please share. You know, it helps the algorithm. Help out your girl. And I will see you in a couple weeks, Gemini. All right. Thank you. Bye.